This is World Comics Review, and this is disgusting, so don't buy it. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about tea, I'm here to talk about comics. So, as you can see, I've kind of got a new-ish setup, and my big and dignified desk, which makes it look like I know what I'm talking about, and absolutely not like a primary school kid about to eat his lunch. And today I'm going to look at the Japanese self-published comic scene, which is known as Doujinshi. So, a lot of people have a kind of a stereotype of Dojinshi as just being porn, or homosexual porn, or furry homosexual porn, and to be honest, a lot of people are right. Anyway, there are other ones. So Dojinshi tend to be kind of a A4 or B5 sized and pretty thin compared to a usual manga. So the amount of Doujinshi produced in Japan in a year is probably an order of magnitude bigger than the amount of official manga that's made. In Tokyo's Akihabara district there's big 7 and 8 story shops like Comic Zin and Comic Tora no Aina, where the Doujinshi are literally rammed into every shelf, so it's even hard to pull them out. And also some of the biggest comic conventions in the world, such as Comiket and Comic Treasure, are almost entirely dedicated to Doujinshi. What's that noise? Okay, strange noises outside. Anyway, now almost all Doujinshi is based on an existing manga or anime or some other franchise, and occasionally Western people wonder about the status of copyright infringement, or generally about how the publishers feel about people making porn versions of their stories. And well, essentially, yes, it is copyright infringement, and sometimes the publishers kind of rumble about it, but it's such a big and established part of the Japanese comics community now that none of them really dare do anything about it. Any publisher that really tries to crack down on it will probably get boycotted to hell, and also quite a few of the present day professional creators came up doing Dojinshi, so I guess it's an outside possibility they might even go on strike if their publisher tries to stop it. And also it's kind of handy free marketing. So here is Volume 6 of Genshiken, which is it's a brilliant manga that everyone should read, and it's firmly in my top 10. But this is a special pack with Volume 6 of Genshiken, which comes with an official Doujinshi, where different artists, probably from the same publisher, do their own takes on the characters and like short comedy strips. So anyway, although there's these big Doujinshi shops which are in Akihabara and Osaka's Denden town and Kobe's, whatever you call Kobe's Otaku district, they were completely rammed with thousands and thousands of these books, but most of them are no older than about 3 years. So what happens to the older ones? I think the first Comiket was 1985 offhand. Well, as most Doujinshi tend to be porn, they tend to get thrown away as young guys get married and their wives don't want to have that around the house. So there's kind of a lot of attrition of older Dojinshi, and they gradually disappear. And when you do find them in places like Mandarake, they tend to be pretty expensive. But a few days ago I actually found a shop in Takatsuki, which is a kind of suburban town about 2/3 of the way between Osaka and Kyoto. And this shop had quite a lot of Doujinshi going back into the 90s for pretty cheap prices, so I decided to buy a bunch. Now I've gone and lost it now. Bit of tea, don't worry, I can cut all this out. So yeah, this shop I found in Takatsuki, which has a bunch of much older Doujinshi, and I even found this. It's a Urusei Yatsura fanzine from 1986, so quite a lucky find. It was only about 100 yen I think, and apart from a little bit of browning here, looks pretty much like it was printed yesterday. So as I said, a lot of Doujinshi are fan productions, but there are a minority of ones which actually aim to tell original stories, although a lot of those are gay romance or porn as well. But anyway, this shop had quite a few original ones, so on my first trip there I only bought one, which is this. It's Dark Star Remake, So this appears to be a retelling of somebody's original fantasy story with gay elves, or maybe they're straight elves actually, I can't remember now. Yeah, this is from 1991, so I'm guessing these stories originally appeared in the 80s. So anyway, more recently I went back to Takatsuki and thought I might as well go there and try to find some more of the original Dojinshi to do a video about them. And the originals section was actually a bit smaller than I remembered. In fact, the originals section looked something like this. Yep, I basically bought the lot. So let's try going through them. Okay, we're back at the traditional table, and now I'm much closer to the camera and the microphone, so sorry about the volume spike. I can always correct it in my fancy editing software I still don't know how to use, I suppose. Anyway, I can never find a knife to cut these comic bags open with when I need one, so yeah, I bought 5. Right, I'll definitely be able to find one now. I love Daiso, still only 110 yen. Anyway, a certain segment of the population is going to go crazy if I don't show you the Urusei Yatsura fanzine first, I suppose, so let's have a quick look at this. And we have Lum and Lum and Lum and Lum, and that's basically all I know about Urusei Yatsura actually, that this girl's called Lum. Some Lum, swimsuit Lum, Lum in the bath, Lum going to school, Lum with this guy like a action movie mini comic with Lum, some more Lum, another comic with Lum, angry guy and Lum, and some Lum, another comic drawn extremely dramatically. I know Lum's an alien. Is this her home planet, or is this meant to be Thailand or something? And some, is that Lum? That's not Lum, is it? It's someone else. Right, another character. Here's another character. These are the guy and this girl. Urusei Yatsura fan comic with no Lum in it. Okay, and some Lum, and some more Lum, and some more Lum. Rap. And a text story, presumably about Lum, and some more Lum. And the information page with Lum on it, and sketch of Lum and Lum on the inside cover, and back page with Lum on it. Yes, Urusei Yatsura is about Lum, and that's all I know. Okay, and here is the comic I bought before, which I think was an original one, but I can't remember. So yeah, there's a famous 80s or early 90s manga or anime called Dark Star, and you know, screaming at your screen that this is not original, then yeah, sorry about that. Nice glossy cover stock, this transparent textured page on the inside, and yeah, this is pretty good art for a doujinshi of the time. Pretty much pro quality. No doubt this artist went on to be a pro manga creator, or at least an assistant to a pro. And appears to be a fantasy elf romance. Yep, long comic, very well done. Page layouts reminiscent of the pro work of the era. We've got these chibi characters, some short comedy strips, side characters, some pasted on typed writing that's white, and it's kind of obliterated by this white here, never mind. Short text story, okay, fairly long text story actually. Some more information, some song lyrics. Matsuoka Hideaki, is that a pop singer whose lyrics they've copied, or was it an original song made by the creators of this Doujinshi? More fan comics, not quite as pro as the other one, but very good. Chibi. Free Talk, Real Talk by Asagi Suzaku. Let's give credits to all of these obscure indie creators who might not even remember making this stuff now. This is a 91 Mikan original, so I'm guessing this is the original comic out of the batch I bought. And mikan means orange, I believe. Some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is months: January, February, March, April, May, June. Is this horoscopes? Maybe your horoscope character from this manga for the time you were born. Okay, mikan members profile. I guess this is I guess the circle, the kind of group that made this comic, is called mikan, and these are the members of it. So we've got Anna Honjo and Asaki Suzaku. Any more? Nope. Okay, and made in January 1991. I guess for a comiket or some event at the time. So Takatsuki is between Kyoto and Osaka. Maybe that was Dojinshi events held in those cities, or it could be from Tokyo's comiket too, I suppose. The comic Tora no Aina and the green one, Lashin Bang, is it called? No, Melon Books, that's it. They always have a comiket comics, the latest ones from the Tokyo events, which are held twice a year. Okay, let's get on to the big collection of originals from that shop in Takatsuki. And yeah, this big block only cost 1,000 yen in all. I think it added up to 1,300 yen in my head, but the guy who runs the shop couldn't be bothered to count, so just charged 1,000, and this one was 50, so pretty cheap. As you can tell from the browning from this tape, it was in there a long time. So don't need a knife for this one. Bottom was open anyway. Right, so let's start looking through these new ones. So this is look at this. Just what comics needed. Artex swirls. Interesting cover stock. Let's go in blank red pages. This is by Fomel Hout, 1993. Rin Ichinoseki. Yeah, credits. I guess Fomel Hout is the circle. Rin Ichinoseki is the writer artist, and looking pretty good. So, something falls to earth. Looks like angels and devils, possibly, or just angels. Yeah, definitely an angel. Let's try and keep it in frame. Got a monitor over here to show me what I can see, what the camera can see even. It's kind of what is happening? Very avant-garde. I'm still embarrassingly bad at reading Japanese. Sora no shita ni. Below the sky. Right. Still embarrassingly bad at reading Japanese. I could probably understand a lot better if I could. This is has got a title. Ajumonogatari by Rin Ichinoseki. This is the introduction to the story from 1993, and it's to be continue, so I guess there was more parts of this at some point. Yes, it was the beginning, and yep, by Fomel Hout, I guess the circle. Yeah, Artex swirls on the cover. So while the US industry was doing edgelords and the British industry was committing suicide, Japanese small press was doing Artex swirls. Very 90s. Okay, next book, another 50 yen one. Let's get this undone. Unbagging action. Don't know if I can edit this out. And if I ever say I can edit this out, it means I'm not going to edit it out. Here we go. Right, how it comes. Okay, extremely good nick. Shuffle these old bags somewhere on the floor. Right, this is the back of the book. Oh yeah, here we are. Oh, here we are. Right. Oh yeah, that's the right way round. Right. Can't find out which way up it is. Okay, so it's called this. Right. Once again, some not quite as pro artwork, but pretty good for amateur work. And I'm gonna get into purple ink and Okay, this art's really good actually. Okay, more than one artist working on this, and yeah, it's not showing up very well on the camera actually, but it's light purple ink, and yeah, once again, pretty pro tier artwork and pro tier panel layouts reminiscent of the era which this was made, the early to mid 90s. And no doubt this artist went on to be a pro, or at least the assistant to a pro. Extremely good quality work. Appears to be a romantic, historical romantic story. Oh, now we've got a text story with a darker purple ink. Oops. Is it illustrated text story or just text? Yeah, just text by the look of it. Page numbers in kanji. More text story, and a special thanks for Gust Sama. Is it meant to be guest? Sama is a guest artist perhaps. Where's the credit page? Right, so this is a 58 pages. Okuzuke, is that credits? Yano 403, is that the creator? Ah, Bakumatsu Shinsengumi by Kano Suzaburo. Right, no, yeah, pretty good artwork. Kind of a. I'll find some actual credits on this. I don't know who did it. We've got this artist. Is this the Gust artist, or guest artist? This is the main artist, I suppose. Text story. Maybe the Gust wrote the text story. So yes, it's this one. Good quality artwork. Okay, another one. Oh, this bag doesn't need cutting, it's already ripped. Get this one up. This is a 1-0. 1-0. This one. Isha. Very Japanese thing to say. Right, yes. Good cover stock. Very, very glossy but thick. 1-0 or 1 equals 0. Original story by Runa Mizusu. Okay, Runa Mizusu did this one. H. Asano, is that also someone who did this? Is that the name of this character? 1 equals 0 original story. Oh, this is nice. Some transparentish blue, can't show it. Transparentish blue tracing paper with a silvery blue ink. I guess this is this character's a musician. I guess he's got a microphone anyway. Maybe 1-0 is the name of the band he's in. I'm just speculating. Alright, oh this okay, the artwork's kind of gone off the boil. Okay, this is looking like a BL yaoi gay romance story. Oh yeah, definitely. Pretty hot guy though. Yeah, so back when I had long hair, this is what I imagined I looked like. Mirrors didn't always agree, but never mind. So I guess it's about these guys. Oh, yeah, definitely. Right, these guys are a couple. And looks like they're in a band. One of them's in a band anyway. Okay, gay guys in a band. Oh, skip this page, right? This page, right? Skip ahead a bit. Extremely hot gay guys in a band. I guess this is between chapters of the story. We've got these what's called yonkoma, 4-panel gag strips, always vertical, like traditional Japanese writing was vertical. I know there's some people spout a lot of nonsense about yonkoma, like there's some sort of Zen Buddhist meaning to having 4 panels and each panel represents an element and the 4 seasons and so on and so on. Actually it's just the Japanese version of American newspaper strips, but put vertical because Japanese writing is vertical. And yep, that's about it really. Right, blah blah blah. Guess they're having a lover's tiff at the end of the book. Maybe there's going to be a chapter 2, a volume 2, which I'll probably never find. And song lyrics. I guess this is the lyrics of the lyrics of the band in the story. Maybe they're having an argument. He writes a new song about the situation, and it makes the other guy come back to him. And yep, they're going to kiss. So I guess they get back together at the end. More short gag strips, and yep, reasonable. Wait, are these boobs? Has this been a straight romance story the whole time? Maybe. I don't know actually. Right, no, I'm pretty sure it's a gay story. Anyway, these character profiles, I don't know. Wish I could read more. Right, anyway, okay, 1-0. Guess a one-off self-published BL story by Runa Mizuzu. By 3 on 3, is that the name of the circle? And this is from summer 1995. I guess that means it was at a summer comiquette. Yeah, because comiquette's twice a year, so winter and summer. I think some of the other large comic events like Comic Treasure in Osaka also have winter and summer editions as well. Actually, in January the Osaka Comic Treasure was on, or was going to be on, but then Japan kind of went into a more lockdown state for Corona. So I don't know if it was cancelled or if it went ahead. I was planning on going but didn't. And then didn't hear anything about a summer one, so then again I wasn't particularly looking, so I guess it was shut down in summer. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was January, the summer one would have been June or July, and quite a few things were shut down back then. Right, anyway, that's 1-0. Enough rambling. This is a whole 100 yen this time. This is Kiss G. Kiss G? Kiss 6. Looks like more gay romance. Let's get it unbagged. How long is this video so far? 60 minutes, right? Yeah, this is going to be a long one. Get ready for the long haul. Yeah, this is World Comics Review. I might actually review something that's not from Japan one day. Imagine that, eh? Right, let's get it unbagged. Not quite the avid collector, as you can see. I'm just shredding the bags and frying them away. These are archival quality bags anyway, they just kind of the bottom was open the whole time. Right, anyway. Don't worry, I can edit that out. Okay, so Kiss, oh okay, Kiss Volume 6, not Kiss G. Strange fonts. Presented by 0 Point, or Zero. Actually, yeah, the term yaoi is a Japanese abbreviation for like Yamanoshi, Yamaguchi is a Yakuza family. Yama something anyway, which means like no love, no climax, no point. So yes, it's kind of this 1-0, and this circle or artist's name being 0 Point is kind of like a pun on the meaning of yaoi. Let's get into the actual comic, shall we? Right, chapters. Okay, right, so Wan Wan, which is the Japanese for the sound a dog makes, is by Y Waki. This chapter's, oh okay, Wan Wan's by Gao. This chapter's Lips is by Kei Yakushi, and this chapter called Thingy It Thingy is by Y Waki again. And okay, artwork's kind of off the boil. Oh, yeah, there's a dog, because Wan Wan is the sound of a dog. Is this even a comic? Is it just an art book? Oh, once again, another what I imagined I looked like when I had long hair. Okay, text story. Right, this is a illustrated, written story by the looks of it. Some frisky scenes. I should have probably previewed these before I made a video of them. Never mind, I can always blur out. Okay, Hero Love by Yuta. Right. Okay, the writtings by Y Yaki, and the cut, is that the editing by Kei Yakushi. Oh, it's character profiles, okay. This is a very hot guy, and oh, his favourite band is Bizu, Bees, however you pronounce the name of that band. Top tier taste there. 162 centimetres tall. We can't be bothered to make up what he weighs. So yeah, there's this guy, extremely sexy, and his boyfriend who also likes Bees, but they're his fourth favourite band. Lips, right, okay, right, we got a comic now. Where's the really sexy guy? Oh, he's not in this comic. Okay, I guess the really sexy girl is in the written story, not the comic. Comic. Right, these guys end up kissing. Another chapter. Is he an artist? Oh, he's just got a big book. Okay, I guess this is the implied sex scene. Just the dialogue. Okay, 0 point. Oh, okay, 0 point must be the name of the circle. This is a catalogue of their other books. Originado. Okay, this is their originals. Kiss number 5, Kiss number 4. A5 size, 92 pages, 84 pages. I guess these are the prices. Nihon something. Originals Moonlicht Blue. I guess that was a anime or something. Bees, the band. They make yaoi fanfic of the band. Okay, I wonder what the band thought about that. There's only 2 guys in the band actually. There's like the drummer and the guitarist and singer. And I think they have like guest bassists when they perform live. And yeah, the discography is insane. They're like 60 albums or something. I think they're on hiatus at the moment, but there's no concerts at the moment anyway. But I guess I'll see them one day. Check out Love Phantom. That's a really good song by them. Evento. Oh, this must be the events they're planning on attending. Kobe, Osaka, Kobe, somewhere, Osaka. Alright, so they're local boys, Kobe and Osaka, so in the Kansai region. Kobe's not very far from Osaka. It's kind of a little bit further than Kyoto, but the other way. Okay, anyway, written story, big black borders. Some character pictures. Yeah, more character pictures. Are you A or B? B's and AXS. Alright, do you like... Okay, right. Do you like B's or do you like AXS? Maybe this is, yeah, I guess it's got the favourite bands they like. AXS is another Japanese band of the time, I suppose. Maybe it's like they're in love, but they argue because their favourite band is B's or AXS, and they can't agree on which one's better. Yeah, something, I don't know. Right, anyway, next comic. This is Incubate. Nice painted cover. Okay, by Marchino. You kind of ch in Japanese names. Okay, Marchino Fujiwara, painted in 1994. Very airbrushed too. Possibly possibly actually airbrushed with a real airbrush, or maybe early digital painting. Needed a fearsomely powerful PC at the day, and the software wasn't cheap either. Yeah, it's probably done by a real airbrush actually. It's kind of the expensive option today, but back in the day it was much cheaper than a PC, I should think. Right, clever with the knives. Back away at these labels. I actually am going to edit this out, really speed it up. Too much wasted time. Right, anyway, okay, Marchino Fujiwara. Is that the person who did the comic too? Let's find out. Written by this person. Illustration by this person. Taka... something. Right. Written by... What is that kanji? That one's in Tokyo. Something. Kot. Right. Loads of Japanese names in with Kot. That doesn't exactly narrow it down. Okay, and we've got many chapters. Are these all separate short stories or chapters of one story? Or are these, it's like, this is one story, this is one story, this is one story. I don't know. Let's find out, I guess. Alright, I guess this is an anthology, and these are the creators behind each chapter. Okay, we've got written stories. Illustrated text story. Is this all illustrated text stories, or is it some comic as well? These illustrations look in different styles. Maybe it's one. Oh, maybe this is a. Okay, this is list of illustrations. This means me. That means see. This means I. So see, look at. But there is a separate kanji for actually look at, which is like an eye bending down. Anyway, that's enough Japanese lessons. Okay, I guess it's illustrated text stories. looking like about gay romance again. Lovers, tiffs, samurai times. Oh, a comic now. Okay, right. Comic set in samurai times. Or is this set in China instead? I don't know. That looks kind of Chinese, Korean, possibly even Vietnamese from when I look at historical Vietnamese comics. This definitely looks like a kimono there. Yeah, I'm just going to assume it's samurai times. Oh, these look Chinese as well though. I don't know. Right. Ancient Asia comic. Okay, short comic, then back into written stories. More samurai. Okay, these are definitely samurai. Okay, and Window, another comic. Comic set in modern times. Also gay romance by the look of it. Love and Machine Gun. Okay. Is this poem maybe? Oh, Lark and Seal. They were a big Japanese band at the turn of the century, and the singer was called Gact. It was loads of Fujoshi, like a female anime and yaoi fans all lusted after the singer called Gact. Okay, right, this is short stories, poems, information. Some sort of a ending text, back matter. I think it's called a omake. Yeah, I used to call it omake, like people who did manga styled web comics and self-published comics back in the day. Always called the back matter an omake. So I guess that's what this is. I haven't seen that term for years actually. Maybe it's fallen out of favour, or it's only used in Japan now. Nice closing illustration by AN, which means eternal, I think. There was a controversial film called AN No Zero a few years ago about Zero pilots in World War II, which everyone said was like a propaganda because the Zero pilots who were fighting the air war over the Japanese home islands didn't stop to go, oh, by the way, the massacre of Nanking was terrible. So yeah, so Incubate. Right, carry on with the comics. A much thinner looking one, only 50 yen, presented by AT Pretty. Green cover stock. Let's get this one undone. Where's the folded over section? Here we are. Oops, just jabbed the cover. All of 50 yen this cost me. If it turns out one of these are actually by a famous manga author, maybe one of these is an early work by the guy who did Demon Slayer under a pseudonym, and someone's going to point it out and I'm going to make a mint on eBay with it. I could dream, eh? Of course, if I make a mint on eBay selling one comic, I'm just going to buy 10,000 more comics. Some nice Golden Age Big 2 omnibus. Not from the actual Big 2, of course, second-hand copies. Right, looks like many different pairings, all with the same clothes. Is this set in a school or an office? They look like high schoolers. I guess this is a different romantic pairings around the same high school, I suppose. Bit of a weird art style. The eyes are kind of done too high up on the heads, or the chins are too long. Kind of small eyes though. Going for a more like what's called a realistic manga style, like the style of Prophecy, or Yoko Kuhan as its Japanese name is. Its Japanese name, which is highly recommended, and only 3 volumes. If you can dig it up. Prophecy. Black covers with green text, if I remember rightly. In Japan, every colour was every volume was a different colour, a different art style. Okay, Kitagaha, playing basketball, volleyball. I think basketball. I guess this is another romantic pairing. Oh yeah, kiss at the end. Be honest. Oh, this is a written story. Okay. Any illustrations? Addicted to You. Another unillustrated text story, and changes font halfway through. Or is this yet another story? So mostly text stories, isn't it? Okay, another different story. Oh, and another comic again. Oh, these are character profiles. Guessing each artist has done their own characters. Is that another girl? This is a lesbian pairing. maybe. I guess these are all characters in the same school, different homosexual pairings in the same high school. This could be a boy, just looks like a girl. Oh, he's got a tie like the other boys. Okay, right. This is a straight pairing and several gay pairings around the same high school. Not even a map of the school. Okay, right. Okay, I guess this is about a school where everyone's falling in love. Oh yeah, this is Learning Park. Okay, I guess that means school. What kind of school? High school, junior high, not elementary. Made in 2000, and oh, it's even got like a labelled map of the schools. This is a Ichinensei, Ninensei, Sannensei. So first, second, third year. High school is first year is 15 to 16, 16 to 17, 17 to 18. Those are the 3 years of high school in Japan. Oh, and Ichikumi to Gokumi, so first class to fifth class, and then Nokukumi to Jukumi, so each year of the school is split up into 10 classes. I doubt there's many classes in Japan. I doubt there's many school years in Japan split up into 10 classes these days. Not even in Tokyo, I shouldn't think. The school I work at's pretty big, and when I started there, the third grade had 8 kumis, and then first and second had 6 kumis, and I've been there 3 years, and now the new first grade has kumis, so they're shrinking fast. And I've been to more rural junior high schools where there's not even kumis, it's just like the whole of first grade is just one class, and there's only about 15 of them. So that school will probably be closed down in a few years, which is kind of a shame actually, because everyone at that school is actually really good at English, because the classes are so small, the teachers can focus better on each individual student. So yeah, they're all really good at English actually, but the cold realities of economics means that school's probably just going to close down, unfortunately. It's the postscript. This is what happens when you have 10 kumis in a school. They're not very good at English. Right, so comic pretty side, comic cool side, novel side. I guess these are information about something or other. And yeah, this is this comic from 2000 by A.T. Pretty, made for January 2000. If these were all local boys, I wonder if Comic Treasure was going then, and these were all made for the Osaka comic, the Osaka winter comic treasure of that time, maybe. Right, and we're over half an hour, minus the intro, and I'm only halfway through the pile. Let's speed it up a bit. Right, another small 50 yen comic. This one looks good. Okay, this one's already, the bag's crumbled around, just take it out. Right, this has got a, it's not coming through on the camera, it's got like a textured cover, like splattered blood or some other liquid that splatters is the texture of the cover. It's not coming through on the camera at all. Oh, there you are. Kind of see it, I guess, at least on the camera screen. Don't know how this is going to come out on your monitor. Anyway, this is looking quite good. The cover is anyway. This is Akuma. Akuma means demon. Okay, by this person. Okay, okay. This is pretty good art. This is pretty good art too, actually. But some boobs. Let me skip over this. Right. Piyoko-sama. Oh, is this actually straight romance? We've got some borderline needing censorship. Slam Dunk. Are these like adverts for other fan comics they did? So this is a Slam Dunk comic, which is very big and famous basketball manga of the 90s. This is a written story by Suzu Yamamoto. Okay, written story. And are we at the end? Okay, right. Information number 11. This character again, Piyoko. I guess these are the other comics they've done. Oh, and it appears that the circle is called Hug. Okay. Oops. Okay, right, this is kind of a short one. Love is all. Trinity. This is some, don't know, poem, short story. Information about other things they've made. Okay, this is made in January 98, and it's by Hug. Okay. Right, short and sweet, and its name is Akuma, which is demon. Or is it bear? No. Demon is Akuma, bear is Akuma. It's got a little suit character in there. Right, this is a Equus 55. It's got gold ink on the cover. Right, so anyway, get it unbagged and you can see that better. Head to get in the frame, possibly. Top of head reveal. Did a face reveal like about a year ago. Top of head reveal, which I think I've already done one of them already. No bald spot yet, but it's coming. My brother's 3 years younger than me and his hair disappeared when he was like 15. Right, we've got Equus out. This is a happy uncle. Okay. Right, oh yeah, it's got gold ink on the cover. That's pretty nice. Good quality cover art too, but is that going to last? Is that going to extend inside? Oh, looks like it does too. Very 90s. Right. Kyoto University of well, of course it's the University of Education. Okay, this is by the Illustration Comic Club of Kyoto University of Education, as opposed to one of those universities of stupidity. Made in November 1996, and this is book 55. Either they're extremely quick at drawing, or this is that club lasted over many years and the students coming and going made a book each year or each month or whatever. So this is the Kyoto University of Education's Illustration Club's Anthology, and pretty nice looking story. Very generic manga fantasy of the time, like what's that thing called? Rurouni Kenshin, that fantasy samurai story. At least I'm assuming it was fantasy. So yeah, it looks like obviously inspired by that. Some more avant-garde type something or other. Looks like an L plate. Japan doesn't have L plates, but yeah, this looks like right, this is a artwork standards fluctuating up and down wildly. What's this? Looks like some sort of girls hanging out story. A historical. This most very university studenty type artwork. It's better than Cal Arts, but only just. I guess this guy's praying at shrine. Alright, here's something that looks okay. Reminds me of a lot of the it's actually like a lot of the Western made manga art of this time. Looks a lot like this. A lot of the early furry comics are like this too. These like generic Western fantasy settings with vaguely manga-y art trying to be Rurouni Kenshin. This is by Yukari S. I know a Yukari. No, she's Yukari M though, so that's not her. That'd be an embarrassing thing to show her, wouldn't it? Also, she's probably like 10 in 1996, so yeah, okay. She wasn't at university. Right, anyway. Yeah, this looks reasonable. Like the Western made manga of the time, where if you stick on some ears and some triangular noses, then the Western made furry comics of the time. The good art's finished and we're into something else. This is like Garo or Com, more avant-garde comics of the 60s and 70s, which inspired the mature storytelling of later, what do you call it, seinen. There's another name as well, which I've gone and forgotten. Today it's seinen, but at the time it's Gekiga, that's it, the more adult orientated manga called Gekiga. And then kind of that avant-garde Gekiga appeared in Garo and Com. But that's enough waffling, we're not here to talk about that. And I'm freezing cold because the air conditioner's on. Let's see my air conditioning control. Don't know if I can cut all this out. Right, anyway, avant-garde, blah blah blah. But extremely amateurish. So this looks like what's that character that they love in Japan, but it's not Japanese? Moomin. That's it. Moomin had the human characters too, and this is the girl. I used to watch Moomin as a kid, and Then I see Moomin around, and I like could remember this crazy kid in a cartoon. And then I knew Moomin was something that all the women in Japan like. And for years I didn't connect the two, and then suddenly I remembered that Moomin was in the cartoon with the crazy girl. But anyway, it looks like that crazy girl, so yeah. And more conventional manga characters. Blah blah blah. They're unboxing something. What is this? Oh, they're going in the onsen bath. Some general. Oh, these are the credits, I guess. Who did what? This is that one. That's that one. That's that one. That's that one. Oh, these are like blurbs from the artists of these different stories. The screen, is that still missing? I know someone stole that painting a few years ago. The good artist who did that cool fantasy story. And alright, I guess number 33 to number 54. I guess you can still mail order those, or at least you could still mail order those in November 96. Right, so yeah, this is a happy uncle. Is that like the mascot of this comic or something? So yeah, the Kyoto University of Illustrations thingy with a nice golder ink. It's really nice actually. I want to do a comic like that. I want to do a comic. Finish one day. Right, what's this? Something else with this font which is beloved of small restaurants. Like small ramen restaurants. Always have that font on the outside. Let's get this one cut open. Another funny This looks like something else I've seen around. Mufufuna. Fufu is like a sound effect that means soft in manga sometimes. I hated Black Butler, whatever it's called in Japanese. Kuru. I tried to read that in English ages ago, but it has sound effects for everything. It's like sound effects that mean clean. So yeah, I gave up on that pretty quickly. Right, okay. Bag's open. Right, more gay romance by the look of it. So, oh, I've got more of this transparent paper with some texture on. This is nice too. To go all out on the production with Dojinshi. Really take pride in their work. Oh, get this. Oh, is this just written story again? Okay, it's like illustrated text story again. They're all in a arty-farty. Is this an art gallery or a arty-farty bar? I don't know. There's a butt temperature check. Guy deciding what drag to wear. Is he a Nazi? Is that a Nazi uniform? Okay, they're in the kitchen. Yep, gay romance text story with illustrations. Alligators. Okay, cartoon alligators. Is that the same as the mascot on the back? Okay, not much to this one. And down they're getting on buses. Going to their high school. Baseball outfit here. And they're playing football now. But gay romance in a school, high school sports club. And a militaristic looking uniform. For some reason. Okay, right. Made by Ishikura Adrum in 1997. Okay. Yeah, should be giving more credits, should I? That's 6. No credits I can read. Okay. Ishikura Adrum, made in 1997. And yep, that's it. There's some back matter, some omake. I guess this is the guy working on the story, or the girl working on the story. I don't even know. Yeah. Doujinshi is actually an extremely female dominated hobby, it seems anyway. It's just the amount of BL that comes out of it these days. Right, this is a nice, much thicker book. Doujinshi that reach this sort of thickness are pretty rare actually, and this is just a A5 or B5 size one, closer to typical tankobon size, actually. Closer to Western printing of manga size, actually. Which is slightly bigger than the Japanese size. The Western printings. Manga started getting big when a DVD started getting big, so the Western format of manga printing is similar in height to DVDs, so shops could buy buy the same sized shelving units and keep the manga and the DVDs in the same size shelves. So now you know that. Extremely obscure and nerdy fact. Right, this is a Factory 1990 to 1992. Made in 1994, okay. Original Boys Comics Collection. Alright, I guess this is I guess they made thinner Dojinshi with these characters, and in 1994 they put them all together in one book, and it's got a hollow foil logo, like the excesses of Western comics of the time. Well, I wasn't buying American comics at the time, so this kind of reminds me of Pog more than comics. A lot of Pogs had these like special coatings and stuff on them. Which in 1994, that was like I was in the last year of primary school then. That was like the peak year of Pog. And right, mixed by Misato Ibuki. Definitely know Misato is a female name. Okay, information, comics and short comics. Okay. M Factory Zombie Sisters Project 2 The Gap. Right, so this is all Misato Ibuki, so yeah, I guess these are all by Misato Ibuki, who's part of the M Factory Circle, or maybe she just is the M Factory Circle. Looking like some gay romance. Okay. Bepin. I'm sure Bepin is a porn magazine, or like a cheesecake pin-up magazine. Okay, I guess it doesn't mean if a girl can't draw a gay story for it, or maybe she drew a straight story for it. I don't know. And she was the guest in each of these. And this story's from 1991. The story she did for Bepin. Blah blah blah. Right, I guess many short gay romance stories set in either like young office workers or high schoolers before graduation. This is a samurai story. Oh no, just a boy with long hair. Okay. Pretty yeah. Yaoi BL of this time was kind of like a pretty infamous for having, shall we say, second-rate artwork and like long necks, big hands, long big hands. So it's like the hand bigger than this guy's head. So yeah, this is like extremely typical yaoi of the time, basically. So I guess if this was appearing in a published magazine, this is like a partly amateur work she did for herself, partly semi-pro guest comics in published magazines. So yes, okay, a collection of Misato Ibuki's extremely typical 90s yaoi from bang in the middle of the 90s. Okay, that's it. Right, so when you look up yaoi in my dictionary in the future, there'll be a picture of this. Okay, oh, we're at the last comic. Okay, right, this one's A4 size, looking like American comic, 1998 summer. So I guess for a summer Doujinshi event. And this is a GG Man. Okay, the incredible GG Man. GG Man. See, is his power to always guess the horse that's going to win. And this bag's falling apart already. Right. Okay. Bag's already open again. The bag has deteriorated and crumbled from being in the shop so long. Let's get GG Man then. Sexy. Okay, right. What are we going to get in here? All tracks, not stories or chapters, tracks, which means it's already looking pretty pretentious by Shinji Fujisawa. Track 35. Okay, the one on page 35 is by Doktho. Special thanks to Shimako. CG Digital Works by Doktho. I guess that means CG colouring maybe, or like CG screen tone. This being in 1998, I guess PC ownership and Photoshop ownership was a bit more common back then. I think I got Photoshop limited edition in 99 or 2000 and it wasn't that much. £25 I think. Oh, this looks like 1960s manga actually. Okay, boom. Right, so looks like 1960s manga and bang, straight into 1980s manga. Okay, it's a bit weird. Artwork style switching up to parody different genres, I suppose, and a little bit like Mr. A. Okay, right, he's fighting very 1980s, early 90s looking mecha. And what's this supposed to represent? Okay, sexy page. Right, implied sexy page. Skip over that. And now this looks like 1960s manga, but like Shonen Jump of the 1960s. I actually got a facsimile of Shonen Jump issue 1 actually. I should do that one day. Yes, this is like, that's like 60s Gekiga. This is like 60s Shonen Jump. And okay, we're back into 60s Gekiga again. It's jumping all over the place. Right, this looks like avant-garde 1960s or early 70s Garo and Com. Bit gore. We're into early 90s mecha, insectoid mecha again. It's all over the place. This is Electro, the Spider-Man villain. It was also in the Japanese Spider-Man as well. The what do you call it? Not the Japanese printing of Spider-Man, which I also have. The actual Japanese Spider-Man where he is Japanese. He's called Ryu something. There was 2 different versions of that by the same artist and both made around the same time. But yeah, Electro was the supervillain in that. And yeah, a guy called Ryu gets spider powers and becomes the Japanese Spider-Man, who looks exactly like the American Spider-Man. And Electro was the villain, although I think he was a villain in the artwork of that 60s Spider-Man looks just like this. No, the 70s Spider-Man. Pretty sure the Japanese Spider-Man was the 70s. And yeah, the artwork looked exactly like that. I seem to remember Electro being a villain in a Spider-Man game on the Mega Drive as well, so I guess he was in the American Spider-Man too. Okay, more 60s Gekiga style. Jumping into 80s style again. This looks like Kochikame actually. This looks like BL. Like BL or what do you call it? Girl manga, shoujo. It's like 80s to early 90s shoujo. This looks like style is everywhere. All over the place. More 80s mecha. The close to mid 80s. It was like Ultraman, who was around in the 70s. Back into okay, I guess spoilers, Gigi Man dies. And I guess he's going to... Is he going to heaven now? So this style looks like something. This looks like Garo and Com as well. Slightly latter day Garo and Com, like mid 70s. It's turned into a chick tract. It's a chick tract now. This artwork is everywhere. And a fake newspaper page. GG Shimbun. Okay, the GG newspaper with its own Yonkoma, which also looks like 60s Gekiga. And I guess this is Chimp. I guess the circle is called Chimp. I think I saw that back at the beginning. Sorry. I saw that somewhere. Oh, yeah. Chunen Chimp. That's the name of this circle, is Chunen Chimp as opposed to Shonen Jump. I guess this is the other comics Chunen Chimp makes. More superhero parodies by the look of it. Possibly a catalogue of other things they've made. And yep, that's my 80s to, well, actually mostly just 90s, possibly turn of the century retro Dojinshi collection. It's not, I mean retro originalu Dojinshi collection. here they all are. And this one as well. Bonk. And of course the USA Yatsura comic that you'd go crazy if I didn't show you. And we're up on almost 1 hour of footage, which I'm going to cut and speed up sections of, I suppose. So yep, let's all of that, and perhaps next time I'll look at an American comic or a British one or maybe a South Korean one. I've got 4 rather heavy volumes of something weird from South Korea and carried them around all day. So yep, let's see what we'll do next.